Hello there, welcome back to my channel. I may look a little strange to you. I have a necklace on, no earrings. I have this nice top on, but my hair is not done. I have part of my makeup on. You're like, what kind of a video is this? Well, this is gonna be a mini makeup tutorial. So I am doing a requested look. It's the makeup I was wearing in the makeup brush guide videos. So many of you requested a tutorial on the eye look in particular that I was wearing in that video. And I'm so glad that you asked because it's featuring a palette that I've never shown you before and it's super affordable. So if you are new here, be sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. And now let's get started. I already started off with my eyeshadow primer, and today I used the Milani eyeshadow primer and I put a little bit of the MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot on top of it just to kind of neutralize my eyelids there. Now the palette that I used in that video that we'll be using today is from a brand I've never heard of. Maybe you have, but this is called O and then the word 2O. And this is a brand that my best friend found on Amazon. And it's so funny because she knows how much I love to try new makeup and I love to receive makeup as a gift, but it's a challenge for her to find makeup I've never tried before or don't already own. So she went on Amazon, had no experience with this brand at all, just thought the colors looked pretty. And this actually comes in a set of 2 palettes. This is the other palette, and I'll probably use this one shade here. But this one that I'm gonna mainly be using is 03, and it says it's light berry, and it just says it's an e.l.f. Luxury Gold eyeshadow palette. I don't know. So we're gonna start off with this cream shade. I'm using the Sigma E50, and these shadows are so impressive. She gave this to me when she came out for a visit in March, and I used this palette nonstop for several weeks, either one or many shades in here. No matter what other eyeshadow palettes I was using, I just found this to be a very versatile palette. All right, next I'm gonna go in with a little bit of this purpley shade here, and I'm gonna mix a little bit of that cream shade. So this might be where you, if you wanna go a little more brown, you can kind of mix in some of the tones from the other palette. We're gonna start off with this, and these not only apply smoothly and easily, but they really do wear well and last well on the eyes throughout the day. All right, next I'm going to go in now with this gray shade, and this is like my perfect kind of gray. Has a little bit of kind of some warmth and a little hint of some plum tones. So I'm staying with the Morphe M504 to begin with, and now I'm going to work this through my crease. And I'm just kind of working the main part of that on the outer corner and then blending through. So because I'm using a fluffy brush, that's helping diffuse the color. But trust me, as we work down to more dense brushes, you can get full on pigmentation with these colors. And then I'm going to go over to this other palette, and this one is 02 Bright Sweet Brown. And I'm going to go in with this shade, and it has a little bit of some warmth, and I'm just very lightly bringing that through the crease. I'm going to be doing a kind of reddish, a toned down red lip, and so because of that, I kind of want to bring a little more warmth to the eyes just to help everything coordinate well together. Now to darken the outer corner, I'm going to go down to a small flat brush, and this is the Sigma E57. And we're going to go back to the 03 palette, and I'm going to go back to that gray shade. And now I'm going to just pack on a little more color. So you're not going to get, you know, dark black, but you will get some nice intensity with this palette. Now to add just a little more intensity at the lash line before we go in with our shimmer shade, I'm going to use, this is the House Laboratories, and it's the Gel Kohl eyeliner, and this is the shade Punk, which is dark black. And this is one of the softest formulas that I have ever used, and yet once it sets, it will stay in place. So a kohl liner, if you're not familiar, is meant to be smudged, but sometimes kohl liners don't set very well. So with this one though, you've got plenty of time to work with it, but then it will set and stay. So I'm gonna go in now with the BK Beauty. This is the 204. And I'm going to just smudge that. And this will help give the little more intensity for the look that I wasn't able to achieve with that eyeshadow alone. So you don't have to have a black eyeshadow to kind of add that dramatic depth. You can use an eyeliner like I am and then go on top of it with the shadow. So you can see how much that smudged out, and you could keep going if you wanted to, but I'm going to stop there. And now I'm going to go in back with the E57 from Sigma and go back to that gray shade. And I'm going to go right on top of that and just kind of diffuse that color and make sure everything in the outer corner looks nicely blended. And then go back with the M504, no extra product, and just blend. And then I always like to go back with just a little bit of our crease colors and just kind of do a final blend. So I'm going to go back with a little bit of this kind of camel shade, and then this purpley shade and that gray shade, just kind of tapping all of those on my brush, very lightly kind of blending those above the crease. Since I have hooded eyes, it's always one of those things I need to go back and just make sure I can see that crease color when I'm looking straight ahead. All right, now for the really fun part. So this shade right here was one that I was like, I don't know that I'm gonna ever wear that. And oh my goodness, it became like my favorite shade in the whole palette. Oh, it's so pretty. So I'm gonna start off with that shade. And again, the texture, even on the shimmers, these are super smooth and buttery. You can see how much sparkle. It's just, oh, they're just so much fun and really beautiful. All right, and then I was just playing with this eye to figure out the combination, but for the most part, we're just gonna be working between these two shades. So you go in with this white shade. I mean, look at how metallic that is. It's so pretty. And I'm just gonna kind of brush it over the top of that other shade and then go back with that first shade. Kind of lightly tap it on. And then if you want just a little more silver to the look, you can go in with this one right here. And that one's pretty intense. So you just kind of go back and forth and find the right combination for the look that you're going for. But isn't that just so fun? And then something I just always love to do is go in with a wet brush. So this is the Maybelline Lasting Fix Setting Spray, and I'm just gonna tap this over those shadows, and it just kind of meshes everything together, makes everything look a little smoother. And then I'm just gonna go back and add a little bit more of this shade right here, and then a little tiny bit more of that light bright shade. Okay, we're gonna finish off the inner corner highlight after I do my concealer and everything, but let's go to the lower lash line. And for that, Pulling out an oldie but a goodie. This is the Urban Decay 24/7 pencil in mushroom. And I put this into the roots of the lashes here on the lower lash line. More on the roots of the lashes than concentrating too much on the actual waterline. So just kind of smudging it there. And then I will go below the lashes as well. And then you can take a brush or your finger. I'm going to take the Morphe M432 and just really work that in. And this just gives a nice shadow and also thickens up the lower lash line. And just making sure I don't have any gaps of kind of skin showing through. Kind of takes away from the smoky look if you're seeing little bits of skin poking through there. And then I'm sure you can tell a difference between this eye and this eye, and that is because I went in with what is going to be our inner corner highlight, and that is this lightest shade in the O2 palette. And you can see it has just a little more of a champagne tone to it. And I just think, especially for my skin tone, I just need that little bit of warmth. All right, I'm going to clean up under the eyes and apply my trio of mascaras. I'll list these down below and then we'll finish up with the rest of the face. All right, in preparation for our lip combination, I did go ahead and apply some MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot around the edge of the lips. While that sets, let's go to our inner corner highlight. And as I mentioned before, I'm going to go back to the O2 palette and we're going to use this cream shade. I'm going to first apply it with my pinky here on the inner corner, and then I'll go back in with my Sigma E30 and just blend that onto and towards the lid shades that we have. Now with this dramatic eye, you could definitely do a more nude lip, but in that video, I was trying to coordinate with my jewelry and the kind of orangey red in this top. So that's what we're gonna do. And so since I'm doing a more bold lip, I'm gonna start there first, and that will help us know how much cheek color we need. So the lip combination in there, I didn't write it down exactly, but I think I've come pretty close to what I used. So I'm gonna start with the Smashbox Be Legendary Line and Prime Pencil, and this is medium brown. And then I'm going to go in with this Revlon. This is one of their newer matte lip crayons. I don't have the name on it, so I'll put it across the screen. But this is the real light, kind of neutral, peachy beige shade. And I just want a touch of this through the center of the lip. So if you're afraid of red lip colors, red lipsticks, you can kind of tone them down this way. So we're starting off with neutral colors, and now we're gonna go in with Fresh Moroccan. You know this is a new favorite of mine. This is MAC's. Fresh Moroccan has a little sparkle and shimmer. All right, so I just blotted off a little of the excess color, so you get kind of more of this muted orangey red tone on the lips. And now for cheeks, I'm gonna go in with this Patrick Ta Blush Duo. This is the shade She's Blushing, and I'm gonna start first with the powder blush and just going to go in real slowly so you can see how much color that added already. We wanna make sure we don't get too out of control, but we do need some color on our cheeks here. And then I am going to add just a touch of the cream shade on top, and I'm using the Luxe 522 brush. And then we definitely need some highlighter, right? So I'm going to go in, this is just a sample size, but this is the RMS Beauty Highlighting Powder in Grand Dame. And I'm going to use my MAC 140 fan brush. Put a little bit of that on the tops of the cheeks. All right, so I fixed my hair, put on the rest of my jewelry, and now here is our finished look. and I love this. I think it's so fun. I know it's super glam and it's not an everyday makeup look, but I think it's fun to just kind of go outside your comfort zone, put on a little more of a bold lip and a little extra eyeshadow, a little extra sparkle. You know me, I love doing things like this. So thank you to all of you who requested this look. As always, I will leave in the description box below this video links and a list of everything I showed and used in today's video, including these amazing eyeshadow palettes. I mean, I think last time I looked, they were 2 for $15. So really good quality, and I have really enjoyed using these. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.